Stephen, the dust settled, you've had a couple of days to look back on it. How do you reflect on season 2023-24?
I feel the overriding emotion is very proud of the players and the staff of what we've managed to achieve. It's been a long season, some highs and lows, but mainly we've not been out of the top 5 all season. So to do that so consistently over a long period of time is an incredible achievement for the football club, but especially for the group of players.
My expectations would have risen going into last summer based on the top 6 finish last season. How happy were you to surpass that this season and get that European spot?
Yeah, that's always the challenge. Expectations rightly increased, and the staff and the players have managed to meet those expectations. But we believed what we had in the dressing room. We believed that if we added the right people to it and other people developed a little bit more than what they had done the previous season, then we had a really competitive squad. And we started the season, we hit the ground running in important games where we needed to pick up points. We did, and ultimately we've managed to surpass that, which is an exciting time for the football club to get European football. And now the hard bit is to continue that and better it again.
How happy were you with the level of consistency shown throughout the season?
I think that's been the biggest pleasing aspect. You can go on runs where you win 5 and 6 in a row, and then you go on other runs. I don't think we lost more than 3 in a row all season. In terms of our level of play, even when we were losing games, there was very good performances within that. We went on a spell of losing against Rangers, Celtic and Hearts, the top 3 teams in the country, and we performed really well in all those. So as a manager, that gives you hope. It's not like you're looking and thinking we're performing really poorly, we're not doing the simple things well enough, we're not delivering enough balls, we're not scoring enough goals. We were, and we believed if we kept doing that, then we get back to winning football matches, which so it proved.
You talked about developing players last season. You brought in guys like Caelan Boyd-Munns, Richard Taylor, Toyosi, probably with an eye towards this season. How pleased have you been with their progress this season?
Yeah, fantastic. We work in it twofold. We've put a lot of work into the academy, which will take a few more years to see the fruition of that in terms of the fitness regimes, the sports science, the staffing that's been put in place along with Alan McManus and Brian Kerr. There's real strides being made in that, but it'll take a few years for that to come through. On the other hand, we like to sign players in around that 23, 24 mark that have maybe lost their way, maybe need a little bit of guidance. And Caelan, Richard and Toyosi certainly come into that needed a helping hand, needed an arm around them, needed pushed. And all 3 have really risen this season to the fore and have been absolutely terrific, all of them. And that's what the club's based on, as well as surrounding that with an experienced blend of players in certain areas of the pitch.
Obviously going to be saying goodbye to a couple of players as well. How much of a wrench is that at this time of season, or one of those things in football?
It's just football, unfortunately. We made offers to players that weren't quite at the level they can get elsewhere, and we accept that. I have no complaints because every player that's leaving the football club give me everything. They give me everything from the minute they walked in the door. Kelly Bacchus has been, what a terrific signing. Nobody knew him. He became an Australian international, played in the World Cup against Lionel Messi, so we're very, very proud of him. He goes with our best wishes. Ryan Strain the same. He's unheard of, having a tough time in Israel. We managed to bring him in, and again another Australian international. And Charles Dunn, who's been terrific, been with me for a long period of time. Charles has gone on to pastures new, and we wish these 3 boys nothing but good luck, and they know I'm always there at the end of the phone to help them, and that's the way it has to be with players, because they've been very, very good for us, and unfortunately football moves on.
Obviously already got the business underway for next season as well, with Sean Rooney coming in last week. How pleased were you to get that done so quickly?
Yeah, we've had a number of things bubbling, some that have disappointed us, lessons I've learned to say you've agreed deals and people go and sign at other places, but it was good to get that one over the line officially. I believe that Sean gives us a real outlet on that right hand side, whether it be right sided centre half, whether it be right wing back or right back if it's a back 4. But he's got goals in his game. He's a big aerial threat, and he can get up and down. He's a real good athlete and good footballer that's been proven at this level. And it's important. We have got a lot of development projects that we're still working on and improving. It's important you get proven players within that group as well, and I believe Sean comes with that reputation and will certainly add something different in the right back area.
Yeah, and how pleased are you with the sort of core of the squad still being in place for next season?
It's been relatively successful, allows you to do that. So we were able to give people early contracts, like Alex Gogic, which is a terrific signing for us, and one that keeps that continuity and experience. If you're down the bottom of the league, it's not quite as easy to get that. So, credit to the board for doing that and doing it early. It just gives a level of stability at the football club that previously may not have been here, and allows you to cherry pick what you want. And that's the hard bit. The hard bit is bringing players here that are better than what we have. And that's the job. Martin Foyle's head of recruitment, who's fantastic, and between us and the board, we'll work very hard to make sure we do that.
People maybe have a wrong perception of this time of year being a nice time to just relax and chill out, but I'd imagine the work keeps on going for you over the summer. Yeah,
unfortunately you get about 20 minutes to enjoy the season. Holidays spent on your phone, but I'm no different than any other manager. There'll be perhaps not as much this year because we have got a lot of people in the building. We're very close to another signing in the coming days, so I believe we need another centre midfielder. We perhaps need another forward player with a little bit more pace, just to give us something different as well. So they're probably the only areas, along with a goalkeeper, that we're looking to really strengthen. Other than that, we'll sit back and see. I do my business early, and it allows you just to look and see if anything comes up and at the level we can afford, and if we can go to the board cap in hand and beg for a little bit more, which they've always been very supportive of if they feel it will take the club forward. So it's maybe it will be a little bit quieter, hopefully.
Looking at things off the park, work's obviously been going on in the training pitch at Ralston. Work's began up at the stadium. How important is it for these infrastructure things to be done?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I think we've got top 6 people that work at the football club in terms of staffing, and that's both the football side of things and the non-football side of things. And we've got terrific people in Keith's team that do a massive job with few numbers, but it's also important that the facilities match where the football team is at the moment, and they don't. And money has been put into the football pitches at Ralston and the pitches at the stadium, which means we play a decent brand of football. It complements what we do. It helps you to develop players. It helps you to stay in the training pitch longer. So all that's massive in terms of the investment in the gym, getting better equipment, getting new equipment. Something new has to change every year to keep everybody fresh, and that's either players or a manager or facilities, and hopefully it's not the manager, hopefully it's the facilities, and we're improving them, and that will make it a better environment to work in and a better environment to attract players to the football club.
How excited are you for that Euro draw when it comes about in the 19th of June?
I'm looking forward to it. Previously I got 2 Northern Irish teams out of the draw, so we're hoping we don't get that. But if we do, we have to overcome that to allow us to get a really big draw. And that's the excitement should be for the fans, really. They've stuck by the players all year. They've turned out their numbers home and away, and the record crowds at the Smizer Stadium speaks for itself and shows a connection between the whole football club and the fans and the players. And hopefully we can get a really good draw. I don't know if I want a hard draw or an easy draw to try and progress, but ultimately the fact that we're in there and give ourselves the opportunity to see who we get, then everyone's very excited and looking forward to that.
You've mentioned record crowds at the Smizer Stadium. I think it was something like 6,600 average attendance in league games this season. Given what it was when you came in, how much pride do you take in that?
Yeah, to put an extra nearly over 2,000 people on the gate at a club of our size is incredible. And I take a massive amount of pride in that, but not through myself, through the players, through the match day experience that's been created there now, and inside and outside the stadium, as I say, the staff at the ground have made it a real enjoyable experience. Kids enjoy coming to the game, and that's the lifeblood of the football club. We have to attract younger fans, we have to attract more fans, and if they're coming and enjoying their day out, and they're also seeing a team of boys giving absolutely everything for the badge, which they do, playing exciting football, then it bodes well going forward. Yeah,
and the fans have certainly bought into that.
Yeah, they have, and Wednesday night was I think Dundee was fantastic. The away support and the connection between the players. Wednesday night, obviously we didn't end it with a win, but we ended it with a very good point, and perhaps that shows how far we've come, that we were a little bit disappointed that we didn't beat Hearts. But the connection and the celebrations, the end of season dinner, you know, seeing the pride on people's faces, people telling you, you know, that their dad hasn't, they were waited for years to get European football, to see top 6 finishes. It actually makes you sit back and realise the sense of achievement and enjoy it for that small period of time before you go again.
That end of season dinner, a nice way to put a bow on the season and then start the work towards the new season.
Yeah, you know, always. I remember the first one that I done after the St Johnstone game, which was pure relief. There's certainly a different atmosphere and a different feeling amongst the supporters. There's a real belief. I believe they know we'll bring good players to the football club. We're very diligent in what we do. They've got a fantastic coaching staff. You know, my coaching staff here we are small in numbers, but as I said, I believe it's a top 6 coaching staff, top 6 backroom team and support off and on the pitch. And I believe that the supporters can see that, and that's why they're coming in their numbers.
Stephen, enjoy the next couple of weeks and we'll see you for pre-season before too long.
Thanks, James.